Hi and hello, Rays fans, and welcome to this presentation of Rays Baseball, second game of this three-game series against the Houston Astros. Your Rays coming in at 8-9, Astros at 6-10. It's Tyler Glasnow v. Zach Greinke today. On the mound for the Rays, Tyler Glasnow is 1-1 on the season with a 3.45 ERA. In his last start, he had a no decision versus the Boston Red Sox. Went 3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Looking for his second win of the year against the Astros lineup here. The first batter he will face, leading off the left fielder Michael Brantley. Brantley batting .222 on the season. And the first pitch here in St. Pete is taken for strike one. So the lineup for the Astros, leading off in left field, it's Michael Brantley. Batting second, the shortstop Miles Straw. Batting third, the DH Yordan Alvarez. Batting cleanup, the third baseman Alex Bregman. Batting fifth, the first baseman Yuli Gurriel. Batting sixth, the second baseman Aldemez Diaz. Batting seventh, the right fielder Josh Reddick. Batting eighth, the center fielder Kyle Tucker. And playing catcher and batting ninth, Martin Maldonado lines out the Houston lineup. The 0-2 pitch is fouled away. Brantley down in the count early at no balls and 2 strikes. Went 0 for 5 last night, including grounded into a double play. The 0-2 pitch is grounded right up the middle, picked up by the shortstop Adames, and his flip to first will be in time to retire. The leadoff man Brantley goes 6-3 there. The shortstop Adames up the middle on the shift towards the right side, and with one gone, it'll be the shortstop Miles Straw. In limited action, he's batting .357. Suppose Houston is giving Carlos Correa a day off at shortstop. Jose Altuve is also on the bench today. The first pitch to Straw is inside for ball one. Bit of some defensive miscues in the infield for Houston. If you recall, in the Rays 3-2 win last night, it was the RBI single by Kiermaier, that slow dribbler that just got through the infield somehow. Scored the catcher Perez from third. If you recall, it was a bases loaded situation with 2 outs. Kiermaier batting much higher in the lineup today. He's second in the lineup. The 2-0 pitch to Straw, and it's fouled away down the right field line for strike one. The 2-1 pitch, and it's low. Count at 3 balls and a strike to the 2-man Straw. The 3-1 pitch, and it's grounded right up the middle again. Adames won't be able to get there. Drove right past Lau, so that'll be a 1-out single for Miles Straw to get things started for the Houston offense as they pick up their first hit of the day. And up next is it's the DH Yordan Alvarez. He's .367 on the year. The first pitch to Alvarez is taken low for ball one. Alvarez reached base 3 times with a couple of walks and a single. He's got a man on first with 1 out here in the first inning. Rays just 1 game below 500. A big cut and a miss there from Alvarez, and it's 1-1. 98 miles an hour the fastball for Glasnow there. The Rays are 8-9. They're 4 games back of first place. They're third. Matthew Ross, the home plate umpire here today, calling the balls and strikes. The New York Yankees are in first place in the AL East at 12-5. But the Rays not far behind at 4 games. The 2-1 pitch to Alvarez is high. So now it'll go to 3-1 with Bregman on deck. You got to be careful here if you're Tyler Glasnow. His 14th pitch upcoming. It's a 3-1 to the DH Alvarez. The pitch on its way, and it swung on and missed. Got him to chase on the fastball high. A good pitch from Glasnow when he needed it. It's a full count to Alvarez now. And the payoff pitch is put into play. That looks like it's going to be down for a base hit. Got by the left fielder Renfroe. Got right past his glove. That looks like it's going to put runners at second and third. Straw holds up. And now it's runners at second and third with only one gone. Alvarez extends his hitting streak to 15 games on that double. And now with 2 hits in this inning, the Astros now have 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out. And a perfect situation for the cleanup man, the third baseman Alex Bregman. He's .237 on the season. He takes that pitch low for ball 1. Glasnow did a good job of bringing a full count to Alvarez, but gave him a pitch to swing at. The left fielder Renfroe couldn't make the play. The 1-0 to Bregman, and he checks his swing, but no matter as it's in the strike zone. Count even now at a ball and a strike. Glasnow with a tall order ahead of him here in this first inning. He's put himself in this predicament. We hope he can get out of it. The 1-1 to Bregman is high for ball 2. Looks like Bregman is getting the benefit of the doubt on a smaller strike zone. And it's 2-1. A sacrifice fly would score a run. With Miles Straw just 90 feet away with 1 out. The 2-1 to Bregman is taken inside for ball 3, so a patient at bat for Bregman with a chance to pick up a couple of RBIs. Taking a lot of pitches, and it's 3 balls and a strike. The count to the third baseman, Bregman. The pitch here from Glasnow is high for ball 4. So it'll be a walk to Bregman to load up the bases. I guess he would rather pitch to Yuli Gurriel, but with only 1 out. He may not get that luxury. Gurriel is .323 on the year. So now the walk of Bregman to load the bases with only 1 out. Here's the first baseman, Gurriel, with 14 RBIs. As we mentioned, has 2 in scoring position here. 20 pitches and only 1 out for Glasnow. The first pitch to Gurriel, and it's absolutely blasted by Gurriel. It goes into the left field stands, and it's a grand slam by Yuli Gurriel. The Astros load up the bases. A home run from Gurriel, and they're up 4-0. Cannot have imagined a worse possible start for Glasnow. Giving up a grand slam. That's the first the Rays have allowed all year. Yuli Gurriel jumping on the first pitch that he sees, and he makes Glasnow pay for it. It's the 3rd hit already for Houston. Now they take a commanding 4-0 lead. He's going to have to get himself settled down. Luckily, he's at the bottom of the lineup now. Ultimus Diaz, batting just 200. This would be a good start for Glasnow to get back on track. Can't get too doom and gloom here in the top of the first. 4 runs is not an enviable deficit, but it's not insurmountable. Glasnow just has to get his head on straight here. That one is in there for strike 1. You think back to his last start when he got run out against the Red Sox. Only 3 innings pitched. The 1-1 to Diaz, and it's fouled away for strike 2. The 1-2 pitch to Diaz, and didn't get him to chase. 12 balls, 13 strikes for Glasnow in the inning. He's lacked some control, but a lot of good takes by Astros hitters as well. The 2-2 pitch, and that one is flied up, and it's going to fall just foul. Looked like it could have been headed for the Crawford cutout, but it followed foul. Another 2-2, and they're going to ring him up. Glasnow picks up his first strikeout today. Hopefully the first of many. And now Diaz is down on strikes. And with 2 gone, bases empty, it'll be the right fielder Josh Reddick, who is .232 on the year. Now watching that replay, that high fastball at 97 miles an hour. I mean, Glasnow has got good stuff today. Just got to get settled down. He gave Yuli Gurriel a bit of a meatball to swing at. Made him pay for it. That one taken for ball 1. The bullpen in reasonable shape after last night. A decent start by Blake Snell. The 1-0 to Reddick, and it's low for ball 1. It was Castillo, Poche, Drake, and Fairbanks to come in that extra inning game. It only went 10. The 2-0 to Reddick is taken low. And now he's up 3-0 against Glasnow. So you think Brendan McKay is a candidate to get some innings here today, as Glasnow already at 30 pitches. And Reddick takes the 3-0 for strike 1. I mean, you got to put Reddick away here. Your pitch count is already up. If he wants to go any more than 3 innings today, he's going to have to get settled down in a hurry. He's already given up 4 runs. The Rays offense has their work cut out for them. The 3-1 here to Reddick, and it's in there for strike 2. Now Glasnow a strike away from getting out of the inning. It's a full count to Reddick. The payoff pitch, and it's fouled back. Count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another payoff, and it's flied out. The left fielder Renfroe is under it. He'll make the catch for out number 3. Astros pick up a grand slam in this inning. They're up 4-0. And on the mound for the Astros, it's Zach Greinke. He's 1-2 on the year with a 3.71 ERA. In his last start, he took a loss versus the New York Mets. Went 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 struck out. The first man he'll face in this Rays lineup, the right fielder Austin Meadows. He's batting just .206, but looks to be on the up and ups, coming out of a cold streak. He's been effective the last 4, maybe 5 games. And the first pitch to Meadows, and it's taken for strike 1. The Rays lineup Greinke will be facing, leading off in right field, it's Austin Meadows. Batting second, the center fielder Kevin Kiermaier. Batting third, the first baseman Ji-Man Choi. In batting cleanup, the left fielder Hunter Renfroe. At second base, batting fifth, Brandon Lau. Third base, batting sixth, Joey Wendell. Batting seventh, the shortstop Willy Adames. Batting eighth, the DH Jose Martinez. And batting ninth, and playing catcher, it's Michael Perez. The 0-2 here to Meadows, and it's high for ball 1. Greinke's last start in Tropicana Field was not a good one. It was in Game 3 of the ALDS last season. Rays chased him out early to pick up the first win of that series. A swing and a miss there from Meadows, and Martin Maldonado will make the throw to first base in time to complete the strikeout. So 1 batter faced, and 1 strikeout for Greinke, and with 1 gone, that will bring up yesterday's hero, the center fielder Kevin Kiermaier. Just .208 on the season, but drove in all 3 of the Rays' runs. 1 was a 2-run homer, and the last was a walk-off single. Kiermaier takes that first pitch for strike 1. Rays now down 4-0. They're going to have to chip away at that Astros lead, provided by a Yuli Gurriel grand slam. Kiermaier checks his swing, and now it's a ball and a strike. The righty on lefty to Kiermaier. The 1-1 pitch, and it's grounded right up the middle. It'll be the second baseman Diaz there to put out Kiermaier. It goes 4-3 there. Now there is 2 gone. And with that, it will be the first baseman Ji-Man Choi. Choi is .233 on the year. Been batting in the top part of the order for quite some time. Really got his season started with a 3-run homer in Boston that allowed the Rays to come from behind in the first game of that series. Rays looking up at the Red Sox as Boston is in second place in the AL East. The Red Sox won that series 2-1. Rays had a legitimate chance to sweep that series, but could not finish those last couple of games. The 1-1 pitch to Choi, and it's low for ball 2. And then if you recall, right after that, the Rays headed into Cleveland and took a series against the Indians 3-1, as they got back to some winning ways. And after last night's win, they're just a game under 500 after that horrid start. Lost 6 straight after opening day. The 2-2 to Choi, and it swung on and missed for strike 3. So Greinke, pitching with a 4-0 lead, strikes out 2 in his first inning. Astros lead 4-0 through 1. And leading off the second inning for Houston, it's the center fielder today, Kyle Tucker. He's batting .250 on the year. I suppose giving George Springer a day off in center. The first pitch to Tucker, and it's in there for strike 1. And a day where the Astros, it looks like they're giving about 3 guys days off. Already with a 4-0 lead. Probably more than they could have ever asked for. The 0-1 to Tucker is outside for ball 1. Interesting to see how Glasnow responds to a bad first inning. The 1-1 to Tucker, and it's in there for strike 2. Looks like he's finding the strike zone a bit more here. And the 1-2 to Tucker is popped up. Chased by the third baseman Wendell. He'll be there in time to retire Tucker, and now there's 1 gone. That will bring up the catcher, Martin Maldonado. Maldonado is just .211 on the season. First time we're seeing him this year, as it was Garrett Stubbs that got the nod at catcher last night. A catcher we became familiar with in the ALDS. The first pitch to Maldonado, and it's popped up, chased by the left fielder Renfroe. He goes back and makes the catch for out number 2. So now 2 batters faced and 2 outs for Glasnow. And with 2 gone, and the base is empty, the Astros return to the top of their lineup. It's Michael Brantley, who grounded out to short in his first at-bat. He's now 0 for 6 in the series. Not what you want in a leadoff man, but they seem to be doing all right nevertheless. A good chance for Glasnow to get back on track. The first pitch to Brantley is inside for ball 1. Brantley's just 0 for 9 in his career against Glasnow. And the thing is, if you can get out Brantley here in a hurry, he'll only be in the low 40s, so his pitch count would still be on track. For a decent start, the 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2. But if he's going to go back to walking guys, that may be a bit of a different story. Figure we'll probably be seeing Brandon McKay today either way. The 2-0 to Brantley is swung on, and it will be the left fielder Renfroe in time to make a running catch. 3 up, 3 down for the Astros here in the second. They still have a 4-0 lead. A better inning, though, for Glasnow. And for the Rays, it's the cleanup man leading off this inning. The left fielder, Hunter Renfroe, leading the Rays in just about every offensive category. Batting average, home runs, and RBIs. 270 on the season for Renfroe. He'll face Greinke to get this second inning started. Just 12 pitches for Greinke in the first inning, and it was because of what you just saw there. A lot of first pitch strikes taken by Rays batters. And the 0-1 here to Renfroe. And a cut and a miss for strike 2. Greinke looks to be on his best stuff here today. Confidence of pitching with a 4-run lead. He's got Renfroe down 0-2 in a hurry, and the pitch to Renfroe is spoiled away. Just looking to protect there at an 0-2 count, and we'll do it again. The 0-2 pitch. And it's low. A good take by Renfroe, and it's 1-2. A swing and a miss there from Renfroe. He goes down on strikes. It's the third today already from Greinke, and there is one gone. That will bring up the second baseman, batting fifth, Brandon Lau. 238 on the year, got bumped down in the lineup today in place of Kiermaier. The first pitch to Lau is taken for strike one. Another first pitch strike taken. I haven't been keeping track, but it's nearly every batter has done just that in their first at-bat against Greinke. Hopefully that will change the second time around. The 0-1 to Lau is outside for ball one. The 1-1 from Greinke. And Lau checks his swing, but no matter. It's in there for strike two. Count now at a ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch to Lau. A good take there, and the count even at 2-2. The first 4 Rays have gone down in order. They're looking for their first base runner. They've got a grand slam to make up. The 2-2 pitch to Lau. And they're going to ring him up for strike 3. Looked to be a bit outside. But Lau goes down on strikes. It's the 4th of those for Greinke already. The replay, that ball looked a couple of inches off the plate. No matter, and with 2 gone and the base is empty, it's the third baseman Joey Wendell, 267 on the year. Looks like Cash may be using him as a third baseman against righties, as he's a lefty. The right-handed Diaz struggling at the plate thoroughly this season, so maybe a platoon spot there. Thanks to the versatility that Wendell gives you. He's a good contact hitter as well, as he hopes to be the Rays' first base runner of the day. He's got a 1-1 count against the righty Greinke. The pitch on its way, and it's high for ball 2. Rays, to their credit, have not really chased much for the high fastball. That could be a product of them taking more pitches than perhaps they should. They've lacked the aggressiveness thus far at the plate. They're letting Greinke take control of the at-bats. The 2-1 to Wendell. And it's grounded right to the pitcher, Greinke. He'll calmly throw to first to retire the side. Greinke has now put the first 6 Rays down in order. Houston has a 4-0 lead through 2 innings. And leading up this third inning for Houston, it's the shortstop Miles Straw singled his first time up against Glasnow. Was the start of that inning that loaded the bases and was a grand slam, and Glasnow pitching inside to Straw. I don't know if he's trying to send a message or perhaps just lost touch of it there. Most likely the latter, as that has been the case thus far. The 1-0 to Straw here, and it's fouled away. That pitch catching the real middle part of the plate. Count even at a ball and a strike. 42 pitches for Glasnow through 2 innings, the 1-1. And that one is fouled away as well. And now it's 1-2. The 1-2. And that one is caught by Wendell. A liner and a nice catch by the third baseman there. And now there's one gone. Let's see the updated standings there. The New York Yankees picking up a win in their game today. Now they separate themselves just a bit more. Boston is only a game and a half behind at 12-7. So a competitive AL East for sure. Now the DH Jordan Alvarez comes up. He's 1 for 1 with a double. That put runners at second and third in the first inning. The first pitch to Alvarez is inside for ball 1. Yeah, cut and a miss there from Alvarez, and now it's count even at a ball and a strike. Nearing the 50 pitch count. The 1-1 to Alvarez, and it's outside for ball 2. The 2-1 from Glasnow, and it's another take by Alvarez, and now it's 3 balls and a strike. Alvarez not biting at much, just a swing and a miss for strike 1, but 3 good takes. And now Glasnow's behind 3-1. The pitch is popped up. The left fielder Renfroe is there easily to retire Alvarez. So Glasnow able to get out of that at-bat clean, and now there's 2 gone. And they'll bring up the third baseman Bregman, who walked in his first plate appearance. Came across to score, and a grand slam by Yuli Gurriel. The first pitch to Bregman, and it's inside. So in contrast, it's Greinke going with the first pitch strikes. Glasnow combating with his strategy of his own, the first pitch ball. The 1-0 to Bregman, and it's in there for strike 1. Sweeping curveball catching the inside part of the plate. The middle part. And now the count is even at 1-1. Bregman won't chase it, the low fastball, and it's 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 fouled away by Bregman, and now Glasnow 1 strike away from getting out of his second inning clean. He still struggled with his control, but has not allowed a base runner since the grand slam. The 2-2 to Bregman, and it's high for ball 3, so now the count will go full. Try to get him to chase on the high fastball. Bregman did not. And the payoff pitch is inside for ball 3, so just like that, Glasnow gives up his first base runner since that home run. And now Bregman gets aboard with 2 outs. He walks for the second time today. And now it's the man who homered against Glasnow, Yuli Gurriel, at the plate now. Looking to potentially do some more damage. He was held quiet in the first game. Certainly not tonight. The first pitch to Gurriel, and he takes that one for strike 1. So Glasnow coming with a strike right down Grand Central against a man who hit a grand slam off you his last time up. It's a bold move, but it paid off. Glasnow may be trying to show that he's not unnerved by any of this. The 0-1 to Gurriel, and it's another strike. And now once again, Glasnow a strike away from getting out of this inning. Give up a base runner, but that's it. The 0-2 to Gurriel, and he shoots that one for a base hit. Meadows is there to pick it up, and Astros now have runners at first and second with 2 outs. And the second hit of the day by Gurriel, it seems like he may have Glasnow's number a bit, as Glasnow with 60 pitches is just trying to get out of a third inning. That will bring up, with 2 outs, the second baseman Adonis Diaz. 0 for 1 with a strikeout against Glasnow. Tyler probably hoping for a similar result, as that first pitch is in there for strike 1. At this rate, Glasnow will probably have the bottom of the order in the 4th. So hopefully can get out of that cleanup to face the top again in the 5th in that scenario. So maybe they can get Glasnow through 5. Brendan McKay is already warming, so maybe intentions of Cash to make an early move again. It would be a second straight start for Glasnow of him not coming into a 4th. The 1-1 to Diaz, and it's inside for ball 2. He really seems to be losing that fastball to right-handed hitters. They tend to keep sailing inside. No swings and misses on them either. The 2-1 is on its way. And he swings at that one. Another inside fastball. Figured that, I guess he figured that's all he was going to get. Tried to make the most of it, and now it's 2-2. The pitch from Glasnow is on its way. And it's blocked in the dirt for ball 3. Runners will stay put. Couldn't get Diaz to chase on the slider. A good block there by Perez, and now the count goes full to Diaz. And the payoff pitch And that one is a deep fly by Diaz. Left fielder Renfroe goes back, but there's nothing he can do. It's the second home run today. Aldemus Diaz makes it count. It's 3 runs, and now the Astros have a touchdown lead. They're up 7-0 here. Really, the start could not have been going any worse for Glasnow. It looks like he was going to get out of this inning clean. Gives up a couple base runners and then another deep fly. This one for Aldemus Diaz. And now you wonder what's up with Glasnow. Second start in a row where he really cannot find the strike zone. And then when he does, his Astros hitters are making him pay for it. And they make the early call to the bullpen. It's Brendan McKay in 6 appearances. He's got a 5.56 ERA. At this point, just mop-up duty to get through maybe 3 innings if he can. Glasnow will finish with only 2 2/3 innings pitched, as that first pitch is flied up by Reddick and Kiermaier's underneath it to retire the side. So Glasnow gives up another 3 runs. They make the move to pull him before he can even get out of a 3rd inning. It's Brendan McKay in mop-up duty. Rays down 7-0. Leading off this inning, it's the shortstop, Willy Adames. His first at bat of the game, he's 167 on the year. So Glasnow's final stat line, as we mentioned, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, only 1 stricken out, and 2 walks. Both of those were to Bregman. Gives up 7 runs on multiple home runs, a grand slam to Yuli Gurriel and a 3-run homer to Aldemus Diaz. Coincidentally enough, they bat right next to each other in the order. Gurriel at 5th, Diaz at 6th. And now the 1-0 here to Adames is outside for ball 2. So the Rays, with a lot of ground to make up, they're not down 7-0 in a hurry. With a pitcher on the mound that they can't seem to hit. The 2-0 to Adames, and it's in there for strike 1. Looked to be a good take by Adames, but Matthew Ross calls it a strike. The 2-1 is popped up. The left fielder, Brantley, will chase, but he'll make the catch for out number 1. And now with 1 gone and the base is empty, it's the DH, Jose Martinez. As we get a peek at the AL West standings there, Houston just 6-10. They're 5 games back of first. They're in 4th place. The LA Angels are in first at 11-5. Joe Madden has his Halos off to a good start in his 2nd managerial stint in Anaheim. And the first pitch to Martinez is outside for ball 1. Martinez right on the Mendoza line, just 200 on the season. Picked up his first home run a few days ago. Just a couple of extra base hits on the year in limited action. He has not played the field yet. That went in there for strike 1. The 2-1 pitch, and that one is going to be fouled away down near the visiting bullpen. Goes into the stands, and now it's 2-2. Martinez takes a pitch, and now the count goes full. Rays looking for their first base runner of the day. Their first 7 batters have gone down in order. Not what you want when you're down 7-0. And now the payoff to Martinez is shot for a base hit. And just like that, with that 1-out single, the Rays pick up their first base runner of the day. Just happens to come in the 3rd inning. The Rays will take it nonetheless. First hit Greinke allows. And that will bring up the catcher, Michael Perez. He is 195 on the year. He's cooled down a bit. He's taken over the starting role after an injury for Mike Zunino. As at this point, he'll be missing about another 2 months. Chris Herman, the other catcher on the roster. That went in there for strike 1. The 0-1 to Perez, and it's swung on and missed for strike 2. A really hot start for Greinke. He's already got 4 strikeouts. He's only given up 1 base runner. It was that single you just saw to Martinez. The 0-2 to Perez, and he swings and misses, so Greinke picks up his 5th strikeout there. Perez goes down at just 3 pitches. And now the Rays go back to the top of their order. It's Austin Meadows now, a strikeout victim himself against Greinke. He'll get a second go at it. A lefty on righty matchup. But Greinke has excelled against lefties in this lineup here today. The 0-1 to Meadows, and it's outside for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch, and it's grounded right to the shortstop, who flips it to second to get the force, and that will retire the side. Miles Straw on the put out there to retire Meadows. Rays down 7-0 through 3. And as Brendan McKay comes out to start his 2nd inning, he'll face the bottom part of the order: Josh Reddick, Kyle Tucker, Martin Maldonado. It'll be Kyle Tucker first. He takes that first pitch inside for ball 1. That one popped up, and Tucker got a hold of that one. And that one is going to get out for the Astros' 3rd home run of the day. This one a solo shot for Tucker. Really cannot silence the Rays crowd here anymore, as most of them, I can imagine, plan on making an early exit. The Rays are down 8-0. After the home run by Kyle Tucker. That's the first hit allowed by Brendan McKay. I guess at this point it really doesn't matter, as I hate to say it, but I guess the Rays are just looking to eat some innings and get out of this one. The offense really has been lifeless through 3 innings. The deficit at this point is insurmountable, I would say. Never say never, of course, but that one to Maldonado is in there for a strike. So McKay now has some nerves of his own to rattle, I suppose. The 1-1 pitch, and that one is shot foul. Count is now 1-2 to the catcher. The 1-2 pitch, and it's blocked low in the dirt by Perez, and now it's 2-2. And that one is right to the first baseman, Choi. He'll run to the first base back to tag him out, and Maldonado retired for the 2nd time today. As you see, Glasnow look on from the dugout, only was able to pitch 66 times. Didn't get through a 3rd. Michael Brantley now, he's 0 for 6. Has a run batted in on a sacrifice fly. He comes up now against McKay with 1 out, and the base is empty. Good take there from Brantley, and now it's 2-0. Remember, it will be Lance McCullers Jr. versus Yonny Chirinos tomorrow in the getaway. They'll honor the 2-1 here. And that one is going to get right down. And Choi circles with it a bit, but is able to run over, zag the first base back again in time. So now there's 2 gone. As I was saying before, tomorrow honoring Jackie Robinson, where all the players wear number 42. That will be the final game of this series. It will likely, at this rate, be another rubber match. It's Miles Straw now with the bases empty and 2 gone. That first pitch to Straw is high. The 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to be shot foul. Looked like he got a good piece of that one. That would have been the 4th homer of the day for Houston. The 1-1 here to Straw, and it's outside for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch, and that one is fouled away for strike 2. So McKay is strike away from getting out of this 4th inning. The 2-2, and they're going to ring him up there. Strike 3 called. McKay picks up a strikeout, gets out of the inning, gives up a run and a solo shot to Kyle Tucker. It's now 8-0. And leading off the 4th inning, it's the center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier, 0 for 1 with a ground out to second and his first try against Greinke. As you see the defensive shift, they're shifting way inside. One down the third base line would probably be 2. Kiermaier not known for hitting against the shift, though. The 1-1 to him here, and it's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Rays have had no answer for Greinke here today. Only 1 base runner through 3. As they've got 8 runs to make up. The 1-2 to Kiermaier is high and outside, and it'll be 2-2. Kiermaier knocks that one foul, and it will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the man leading off this 4th inning, it'll be Kiermaier, Choi, and Renfroe. And the 2-2 pitch is another foul. Kiermaier doing a good job of working an at-bat here. And another 2-2 pitch, and it's low for ball 3, so the count now will go full at 3-2. The payoff to Kiermaier is swung on and missed for strike 3. So Kiermaier goes down and strikes. It's the 6th punch out for Greinke so far today. And now with 1 gone, it's the first baseman, Ji-Man Choi, 0 for 1 with a strikeout in his first attempt against Greinke. The first pitch to Choi is fouled away. Choi is just 0 for 4 in the series. The 0-1 to Choi. Good take for ball 1. The 1-1 to Choi, and he takes a step back to avoid that pitch, and it's 2-1. This offering from Greinke, and another foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Choi. This one from Greinke, an easy take there, and it's 3-2. So the Rays at least now working lengthy counts against him. And the payoff to Choi is inside for ball 4, so now Choi will walk with 1 out. Only the second base runner today for the Rays. Choi gets him set up now. And that'll be the cleanup man Renfroe, who is 0 for 1, a strikeout victim against Greinke. That one high for ball 1. The 1-0 to Renfroe is low for ball 2. And the 2-0 pitch, and it's fouled away for strike one. Another foul ball by Renfroe, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. I now know perhaps how the Rangers feel. The Rays blew them out 13-0 a couple of weeks ago. The Astros perhaps getting revenge, as Renfroe is going to be called down on strikes. 7th for Greinke. Second strikeout for Renfroe. Now there's 2 gone. And now with 1 on and 2 outs, it's the second baseman Brandon Lau, 0 for 1, a strikeout victim against Greinke. I feel like a broken record saying that. 7 strikeouts in only 62 pitches. Greinke is not close to being finished, chewing through this Rays lineup. The 1-0 to Lau, and it's low for ball 2. That one high for ball 3. I have to say, I can't recall a game this season where the Rays have taken this many pitches with no runs through nearly 4. I guess you could say probably to their detriment. But he takes that one for a strike. Like 12 balls and 11 strikes for Greinke in this inning. I mean, it's great to take pitches, but not being nearly aggressive enough. You've had 2 base runners all day. The 3-1 to Lau, and he grounds that one. It's going to get down for a base hit. The second of the day for the Rays. And now Lau working into a hitter's count. Gets something he liked and grounded it down the middle. He picks up his first hit of the day. Wendell takes that one low. Wendell grounded to Greinke his first time up. That went in there for strike 2. Now Greinke, his 70th pitch upcoming is just a strike away from getting out of 4. The 1-2 pitch is swung on a miss, so Greinke does get out of it. 8 strikeouts for him so far. He's got his Astros up 8-0. Leading off this 5th inning, it's the DH Yordan Alvarez. And the first pitch to him is high for ball 1. Alvarez 1 for 2 with a double. Picks that one low, and it's 2-0. That one high, and it's ball 3. And Alvarez working on a leadoff walk. He reaches base for the second time today. And now that will bring up the third baseman Alex Bregman, who's 0 for 2, has 2 walks in 2 plate appearances, I should say. He's come around to score both times. A home run from Gurriel and a home run from Diaz. All of the 8 runs for Houston are via the long ball. That grand slam by Gurriel, the 3-run shot by Diaz, and a solo shot for Kyle Tucker. The 2-0 to Bregman is high for ball 3. McKay yet to throw a single strike in this inning. In 7 pitches, all 7 have failed to find the zone. And the 3-0 to Bregman is low for ball 4. So now, 8 pitches, 2 walks. You can do the math on that one. Second straight issued by McKay, and that will bring up the man of the night. Yuli Gurriel is 2 for 2 with a homer and a single. Comes on with 2 on and no outs. The first pitch to Gurriel, and it's low for ball 1. Make that 9 straight balls to open the inning for McKay. Let's see if he can make it to double digits. And the 1-0. And that one is in the strike zone. Kiermaier goes back. He'll make the catch. So the first strike thrown by McKay of the inning. It's a fly out to center. And believe it or not, Gurriel retired for the first time today. Flies out to Kiermaier. Now that will bring up another slugger, Aldemus Diaz. 1 for 2 with that 3-run homer. That I hate to say has essentially put this game away. Runners on first and second with 1 out. As that one is lined into the gap for a base hit. 1 run will come around to score, and that's going to be it. It's an RBI single for Aldemus Diaz. His 4th RBI of the day. And now make the lead 9-0 for Houston. And with 2 on and 1 out, it's Josh Reddick as he shoots that one foul. 30 pitches now. Well, the 30th is upcoming for McKay. It really doesn't matter how many runs he gives up. I mean, at this point, maybe put in a position player to pitch. The offense is lifeless. Your pitching staff can't get anyone out, as that one is to Wendell. He ends up getting a double play there to get out of the inning. So they're only going to give up a run there. It's now 9-0 Houston as we head to the bottom of the 5th. And now Greinke to stay on the mound. He'll face Wendell, Adames, and Martinez. Adames is up first. Adames with a fly out to left in his first time up. A swing and a miss there from Adames, and now it's 1-1. That one grounded right to the pitcher, Greinke. Second time today that's happened. So now Adames goes down for a second time today. Now with 1 gone in the 5th, it's Jose Martinez who actually singled off of Greinke's 1 for 1. 1 of 2 hits allowed by Greinke. His pitch count is a bit high, but I would say it's safe to say he's spinning a gem today. I guess easy to do when you're pitching with such a large lead. No nerves whatsoever, I would think. The 0-1 to Martinez, and that one is fouled away. It's hard to figure out, and this could just be an anomaly, of course, as this happens, like when we beat the Rangers 13-0. Sometimes teams just have a bad day, but to be so bad on both sides of the ball, as Martinez strikes out in just 3 pitches. That is the 9th for Greinke as he nears double-digit punch-outs. Obviously, you hope this is just one of those days. I mean, you had a walk-off last night. Maybe the team just a bit drained emotionally, energetically. The 0-1 to Perez, and it's a cut and a miss. And the 0-2 from Greinke, and that one is high for ball 1. And the 1-2 pitch. That one's low for ball 2. The 2-2 to Perez. And surprise, surprise. Strike 3 called. 3 up, 3 down for the Rays here. Greinke reaches double-digit strikeouts. The Rays are down 9-0. And leading off the 6th inning, it's the center fielder Kyle Tucker. 1 for 2 with a home run. It was a solo shot. That was the 8th run to come across the plate today for the Astros. Brendan McKay comes out to start this 6th, as we mentioned, just bulk innings. I mean, he's a starter, so he can give you some length. I'm not sure about the rest factor, but maybe he could give you another 2 innings. That would get you through 7. And then just go with maybe a Peter Fairbanks. Or even a Diego Castillo, the way he's been pitching lately. At this point, it looks like the Rays are just looking to pack it in and get out and get home. That one is low to Tucker for ball 2. Easy to say the worst performance of the Rays so far this season. Through just 17 games played, this is their 18th. Rays are 8-9 headed into today. As we were hoping this would be the day they would get back to 500 for the first time since March 27th. And a cut and a miss there, and Tucker goes down on strikes, and now there's 1 gone. That'll bring up the catcher, Martin Maldonado. Maldonado 0 for 2, grounded out to Choi his last time up. The first pitch to him is in there for strike 1, so a good sight just to see McKay throwing some strikes. The 0-1 pitch, and it's in there for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. Maldonado takes a step back. It's a block in the dirt from Perez, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 fouled away. Count remains, a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 a bit high for ball 2. The 2-2, and that one is flied up. The right fielder Meadows is going to go back to the track, and that one is going to get out of there. The Astros hit double digits on the scoreboard. It's now 10-0. A solo home run for Maldonado, the 4th deep fly for Houston today. First hit for Maldonado. And now McKay gives up, I believe this is his 3rd run surrendered. 2 have been solo shots. And Diego Castillo comes in to replace McKay in 9 appearances. He's got a 3.52 ERA, an 0-2 record, so a chance to kind of maybe get him to reset and find his way. Maybe have him pitch an inning or 2. He'll face the top of the lineup. It's Michael Brantley, who is 0 for 3. He's hitless in this series. Believe it or not, that first pitch, 98-mile-an-hour fastball, is inside. 4-1. Brantley 0 for 7 in these first 2 games of the series. That one is low, so now it's 2-0. That one in there for strike 1, and now it's 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1 pitch is outside for ball 3. And the 3-1 pitch. That one's in there for strike 2, so now the count goes full to Brantley at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch here from Castillo, and it's inside for ball 4, so Castillo comes in and walks his first batter. Colin Poche warming up now in the pen. The first pitch to Miles Straw is low for a ball 1. Miles Straw 1 for 3 with a single. Struck out his last time up. He's facing Diego Castillo here, who's walked his first man. The 1-0 to Straw is outside for ball 2. That one popped up. The right fielder Meadows under it, and he'll be there for out number 2. So now Straw's retired. Brantley will stay up first. And now with 1 on and 2 outs, it is the DH Yordan Alvarez. Has reached base twice. He's doubled and walked. He's now up to 371 on the season. The 2019 AL Rookie of the Year, beating out the likes of a Brandon Lau, perhaps. A swing and a miss there from Alvarez, and now it's 0-1. Another cut and a miss, so Castillo coming on strong here after walking his first batter. He came in to replace McKay. He's the third pitcher on, which is kind of surprising considering they've given up 10 runs that they can get this far. That fastball touched triple digits, 100 miles an hour, but no controls. It sailed inside, almost hit Alvarez, and now it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, grounded right to, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Looked like the third baseman Wendell might have had it. It's going to be a 2-out single for Alvarez, his second hit of the day. And that'll bring up Alex Bregman, who has walked all 3 times he's come up to the plate. The first pitch to Bregman is taken for a ball. I mean, Bregman at this point, why take the bat off the shoulder? Why even bring the bat with you to the batter's box? The 1-0 to Bregman, and it's a cut and a miss for strike 1. Count even at a ball and a strike. The pitch, and that one is flied up. It'll be the center fielder Kiermaier going back to get it. He'll be there to retire Bregman. So a solo shot by Maldonado increases the Astros lead to 10. It's now 10-0. It'll be Austin Meadows as the Rays go back to the top of their lineup, who will lead off the 6th. Greinke at 81 pitches comes out to start this inning. 2 hits, 10 strikeouts, and a walk for him today. Meadows is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. 0 for 6 in the series. The first pitch to Meadows is high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That one grounded, picked up by the shortstop Straw. His long throw to first is good to retire Meadows. So now he goes down. 1 gone, base is empty. It's Kevin Kiermaier. The 0-1. Swung on a miss by Kiermaier. Now it's 0-2. Kiermaier's already striking out once today. He's down no balls and 2 strikes to Greinke. You would think could be probably his last inning. No need to run him past 100. He's pitching with a 10-0 lead. He'll pick up the win here today, barring anything unforeseen. The 2-2 to Kiermaier. And that one is swung on a miss. So that's the 11th K in your scorebook today for Greinke. An impressive start for him. Strikes out Kiermaier for the 2nd time. And now with 2 gone, base is empty. It's Ji-Man Choi 0 for 1 with a strikeout and has walked. Part of an exclusive club here today. The club, you ask? The collection of Rays that have reached base. Choi, Martinez, and Brandon Lau. The lone Rays to venture out to the base path. The 2-0 to Choi. That one is outside for ball 3. The 3-0 to Choi. And it's high for ball 4, so Choi will walk for the 2nd time today. A 4th time a Rays player has reached base. Also, 2nd walk issued by Greinke. And now with 1 on and 2 outs, it's Hunter Renfroe. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but at this point, I mean, the Rays would just love to get on the board. A shot by Renfroe would be nice. Would make it 10-2. The first pitch to Renfroe is low for ball 1. That one is low to Renfroe, so now it's 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 fouled away, so that's 2-1. Renfroe takes a pitch high, and now it's 3 balls and a strike. That one chopped to the shortstop, throws to 2nd for out number 1, and that will do it. The 4-sided Choi retires this side. 10-0 Astros through 6. It's Yuli Gurriel to get this 7th inning started. 2 for 3. The grand slam in the 1st and a single. That one is chopped foul. Diego Castillo comes out to start his 7th. Fairbanks and I believe Poche warming in the bullpen as the Rays just look to get 9 more outs. Not in the way that I usually mean it. I usually mean they're looking to hold down a lead, but this time legitimately just looking to get out of this game and head home with a loss. You got to pitch all 9 innings, unfortunately. A cut and a miss there from Gurriel, and now it's 1-2. It would be a different story if just the pitching was bad, but really, I would say both sides have been equally bad as Gurriel strikes out there. The pitching's given up 10 runs. The offense has only reached base 4 times, struck out 11 times. Really a lifeless effort from everyone involved. It's 10-0 so far. The first pitch to Aldemus Diaz is in there for strike 1. Diaz is 2 for 3. A home run and a single as well. 4 RBIs just like the man ahead of him. Not a thing you see very often where the 5 and the 6 holes in a lineup combine for 8 runs batted in. But we've seen it here today. And then a solo shot from the man batting 7th and the man batting 9th. So really, it's been the guys at the bottom that are the real go-getters. Taylor Glasnow in line for the loss. He would drop to 1 and 2. As a strikeout there of Diaz. And now Castillo has 2 strikeouts in the inning, looking pretty good here in the 7th. Carving up a couple of sluggers. And now there's 2 gone for Josh Reddick. He's 0 for 3 today. The first pitch to Reddick is high and outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. High. That one reached 100 miles an hour. Reddick wasn't even going to think about touching it. Didn't have much time to think about it. And now the 2-0 is outside for ball 3. So just when we were trying to praise Castillo, worked a 3-0 count to Reddick, and now the pitch here is in there taken for strike 1. A hittable pitch, nevertheless, but a common baseball occurrence, the 3-0 take, as we all know. Now it's 3 balls and a strike. The pitch to Reddick, and it's high for ball 4. So now Reddick works a 2-out walk to give Houston another base runner. Reddick reached bases for the first time today, and now it's Kyle Tucker to come to the plate. One of 4 Houston Astro players to homer. He had a solo shot in the 4th inning. The 0-1 is swung on a miss, so now Castillo strike away from getting out of the 7th. And now the 0-2 pitch is inside for ball 1, so it can't be that easy. Tucker lives to see another pitch. And now the 1-2 from Castillo is low. Tucker able to check his swing. Runner will stay at first. Good block there from Perez, and it's 2-2. And a cut and a miss there of Tucker. Perez goes to first to complete the strikeout, so Castillo picking up 3 of those in the inning. 7th inning stretch time. The home club is down 10. Leading off the 7th inning for the Rays, it's the second baseman Brandon Lau. Lau, 1 for 2 with a single. Greinke comes out to start his 7th. He's at 98 pitches. I'm not sure the plan. He's facing 2 lefties and a righty if he faces the first 3 batters. So not necessarily a righty and lefty thing. I mean, I don't know. Any way you slice it, the team is up 10-0. Maybe you see this as a chance to preserve the bullpen. As Lau grounds right into the shift, it's the shortstop Straw there to retire Lau. He goes down for the 2nd time today. That one's 6-3. That was the 100th pitch for Greinke. He's struck out 11, only giving up 2 hits, and he's walked 2. He'll face Joey Wendell here. Wendell is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The first pitch from Greinke is inside for ball 1. All of us here at WHBC surely hopes that you're still with us. And if you're not, we can understand that one as well, as Wendell grounds that one to Straw again. But just remember, tomorrow, on Jackie Robinson Day, it's the rubber match of the series. It'll be Yanni Chirinos v. Lance McCullers Jr. in a game that you're going to want to see, so make sure that you're tuned into that. You can't win them all, as they say. The Rays had gone on a nice little run, and we hope that they're still on it, that this is just a blip in the bigger picture. As Adames takes that one outside for ball 1. Cut and a miss there from Adames, and it's 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes. The count to Adames here. 106 pitch upcoming for Greinke. The 1-2. And a cut and a miss. Greinke gets his 12th strikeout. Maybe that's what he was looking for. He's got it. He's pitched 7 scoreless innings through the end of 7. It's Astros lead 10-0. Martin Maldonado will get this 8th inning started for Houston. Maldonado 1 for 3 with a solo home run. The first pitch to Maldonado, and that one will be fouled away. Down near the home bullpen, we're going to see a couple of guys getting loose as the Rays have 6 outs left to get. Castillo comes on to start yet another inning. I can't quite say I understand that move. I mean, at this point, Castillo would be out of commission for at least maybe 2 or 3 days after a long stint like this. He's going to be reaching 40 pitches shortly. I mean, by the end of this inning, it could be 50, maybe even 60 pitches. I mean, Glasnow, for example, pitched 66 times, and he'll be out of commission for the next 5 days. He gets Maldonado to strike out there. And now there's one gone. You can see the comparison, not even quite fair. 2 2/3 of Glasnow giving up 7 runs. Well, meanwhile, Greinke has pitched 7 scoreless while only giving up 2 hits. Really the two tails here. The first pitch to Brantley, and that one is going to be shot for a base hit. He picks up his first hit of the series. And now with 1 on and 1 out, it will be Miles Straw. That one gets away from Perez. Brantley's going to move to second base. Now they get a runner in scoring position. And that'll count for ball 1. It's now a ball and no strikes to Miles Straw. Grounds that one up the middle. That's going to be another base hit. It looks like it's going to score Brantley. No, it will not. They're going to keep him at third. So now runners at the corners with 1 out. As the Astros look to put up a couple of runs the more conventional way. Gets right through the legs of Castillo. As he gives up a second straight hit. It might be time to make a move for him, and they will. It's Peter Fairbanks in 5 appearances. 4 innings pitched of scoreless baseball. No runs allowed. He's the 4th pitcher on today. Pitched in a big spot in extra innings yesterday. Ended up getting the win. Of course, they wouldn't be earned, but you would hate to see Fairbanks give up a run. They wouldn't be charged to him, of course. It would be charged to Castillo. But the beautiful run Fairbanks has gone on. You like him to keep it. It's the DH Jordan Alvarez up now. Alvarez is 2 for 3, 2 hits. A double and a single, and has also walked. The 1-0 pitch is inside for ball 2. You'd love to get down a weak grounder to get a double play and just get out of this. You've got 5 outs left to get. Maybe just let Fairbanks finish this one and bring out someone for the ninth. Alvarez checks his swing and it's 3-0. But then again, of course, Fairbanks not a member of the alleged A bullpen, though at this point I'm not quite sure who is. Castillo, a guy that we thought maybe was, he's not now. As you see him pitch in garbage time, he pitches in a 10-0 game more than 40 times. Really, the only I can think of maybe 3 names, maybe 4. If you want to count Oliver Drake, Poche definitely is. Alvarado, hopefully you would think is. And, of course, Nick Anderson. As Fairbanks issues a walk to Alvarez, he walks for the second time today. And now the base is juiced with only 1 gone for Bregman. Bregman is 0 for 1 with 3 walks. As you see Drake and Poche warming up in the pen. The 1-1 here to Bregman, and it's grounded right to the shortstop Adames. He'll get the force out at second, and the throw to first is in time, so they get out of it with a double play. No runs allowed here in the 8th. Fairbanks comes on and pitches more scoreless baseball. That's a good sight to see. It's now 10-0 Astros, headed to the bottom of the 8th. Leading off this 8th inning, it's the DH Jose Martinez, and what do you know? It's Zach Greinke comes out to start in 8th. I'm not sure if they just want him to get a complete game shutout. I don't necessarily see the point in that, but you could if you want. He hasn't given up any runs, only 4 base runners in totality, just 2 hits. He'll face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, so maybe a chance to pick up some strikeouts. The lefty Valdez, the righty Davinsky warming up in the pen. Just in case, I guess. Greinke, a guy that's a known workhorse, so as Martinez shoots that one for a base hit, he gets on base via the hit for the second time today. He's having a decent game, 2 for 3. And maybe that's it for Greinke, you wonder. As now Greinke nearing 110 pitches. They're going to leave him in. Of course, none of this makes very much sense. Dusty Baker, a bit unconventional perhaps in his ways. A more old-timey manager, I guess. His career probably marred by a pitching decision he made as the Giants manager in their World Series against the Angels. As you see Drake and Poche getting loose in the bullpen. A cut and a miss there from Perez, and it's 2-1. The 112th pitch from Greinke is in there for strike 2. Quite remarkable performance. As you hate to say it as a Rays broadcaster or as a Rays fan. Probably the best pitching performance against the Rays we've seen as he picks up his 13th strikeout. I believe that's the most of any pitcher that has faced the Rays this year, if I'm not mistaken. Perez is now 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, as the Rays go to top of their lineup for just the 4th time today. And Dusty Baker will come out to get Greinke, as he was over 110 pitches. He'll finish with 7 2/3 of no-run baseball, 2 hits, 13 strikeouts, and 2 walks. As he bounces back after a loss in his last start, gets back in the win column. It'll be Framber, Valdez to come in now in 7 appearances, a 30 ERA. So it may be a chance to get a guy like that back down to earth a little bit. I mean, that's got to be pretty bad in 7 appearances. Not quite a large sample size, but not small either. They'll face Meadows with 2 gone. I'm sorry, there was only 1 out, so Greinke's line will finish with 7 and only 1/3. There's a man on first with 1 out for the leadoff man, Meadows. Meadows fouls that one away, and it's 1-2. Meadows fouls that one back to the catcher. Meadows takes a pitch outside, and it's 2-2. Friday, if you're still tuned in, we sincerely thank you from everyone here at WHBC. Everyone that made this broadcast possible. And the 2-2 from Meadows is fouled away. That first pitch to Kiermaier's in there for strike 1. As he comes up to the plate with 1 on and 2 outs. He was the hero last night. He's 2 for 8 in the series with 3 runs batted in. As the Rays won 3-2 in 10. As the 0-1 to him is low for ball 1. And Kiermaier goes down on strikes to end the inning. We've got 1 inning left of this game. Astros up 10-0. It's Yuli Gurriel to lead off this 9th inning. As the Rays have 3 outs just left to get. They put out Fairbanks to start it. He's only pitched 7 times today. As Gurriel pops that one up. It's right to the left fielder, Renfroe, who's there to retire Gurriel. As he goes down for the 3rd time today, he'll finish probably 2 for 5 with a home run. A grand slam, in fact. It's not a bad day by any means. And now it's Ultimus Diaz. The second baseman is 2 for 4, a home run, a single, and 2 strikeouts. That first pitch to him from Fairbanks is taken for strike 1.
Nope, ball 1. 1-1.
The 1-1 pitch to Diaz. He got him a chase there, and it's 1-2. I really have to say, if you want to find something to get excited about in this game, the recent performance, really all season, of Peter Fairbanks is something you gotta like. He's yet to give up an earned run, as that one is foul. I mean, obviously it can't last forever, but the run is pretty impressive. He got the win last night, so a guy that's on the up and ups. And he got Diaz to chase again. He goes down on strikes. And now quickly, there's 2 gone in the 9th. That will bring up the right fielder, Josh Reddick. Reddick is 0 for 3 with a walk. Hopefully the final man the Rays will have to see in a game they'll soon hope to forget. The first pitch from Fairbanks to Reddick is low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That one is in there for a strike, so count even at a ball and a strike. Only 15 pitches for Fairbanks. That one grounded right to the second baseman Lau, who flips it over to Choi to retire him, so they go down 1-2-3 in the 9th. The Rays with 3 outs left to work with to come back down 10. It'll be G-Man Choi to start things off, in what we hope will be a memorable 9th inning. In order to score these 10 runs, Choi will have to bat twice in this inning. Something that I would not rule out, as Choi pops that one up right to, that looks like it is Alex Bregman for out number 1. As see, Greinke, he's the man that will likely get the win. 113 pitches, 13 strikeouts in 7 1/3 innings pitched of scoreless baseball. The Astros gave several players days off, so they'll be looking fresh heading into the rubber match tomorrow. As we'll remind you, it's Yanni Chirinos v. Lance McCullers Jr. A matchup you're not going to want to miss. I believe the Rays have an off day after tomorrow, and then they'll face the Blue Jays for a 3-game series before they head back onto the road. They'll be back in Houston, in fact. These teams will become very familiar with each other, as really they already were, but just to further it, to face each other in such a small concentrated area. The 1-1 to Renfroe, and it's fouled back for strike 2. That one to Renfroe is fouled back, and now it's count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Another 1-2, and another foul ball. That one's low. Now it's 2-2. Another foul ball as Renfroe just staying alive here. 20th pitch upcoming for Valdez. He's just the second pitcher to be used today. So that's the bonus of Greinke going as deep as he did. Really allows the bullpen to reset itself a little bit. I'm not sure the kind of shape they were in their last series. But they used a couple of men last night, including their closer, Asuna, who picked up a loss. But again, he only faced a batter, so not too much of a concern. The payoff to Renfroe, and he puts that one into play. And the flip to the pitcher will be in time to retire Renfroe, so he goes down. And now, with 2 outs and the bases empty, potentially the last batter of the day, it's Brandon Lau. The first pitch to Lau is swung on a miss for strike 1. That one put into play right to third baseman Bregman. He'll make the long throw to first to retire Lau. So just like that, the game is over. The Rays lose 10-0 to the Astros. The series is tied at a game apiece. It will be Glasnow to receive the loss. He couldn't get out of the third inning. Zach Greinke, pitching a gem, will pick up the win. 13 strikeouts and 7 1/3. Of scoreless ball. The rubber match is tomorrow. Chirinos v. McCullough Jr. We'll see you there.
Fans, our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Astros, 10 runs on 11 hits. No errors. They left 8 men on base. For the Rays, no runs, 3 hits.